on the grind. Continue, baby. I have left off here. Okay. They would also intentionally invite people over while I was away from the house for the purpose of acting sexually with them and again not tell me what happened while I was gone. I want to note that when I left the house with Shayy to go back to my parents, I did so in secret. I was afraid they would try to prevent me from leaving. They later called my mom and confirmed that they would have tried to stop me from leaving if they knew. But what the fuck? The last bit for this section is that we actually broke up briefly in April 2021. They were flirting with two of my friends, and as good friends, they came to me and told me. Shayy promptly broke up with me and got with another person, which lasted for a few months before coming back and saying they want to try a relationship again. That should be my first red flag. It is. A long while ago. The rest of this document is relatively minor in comparison to these incidents, but I believe it was important to share to highlight the entirety of our relationship. For our financial situation, they made about $250,000 per year, while I made about $38,000. Despite this, they would routinely ask me to foot the bill for our GDQ trips, which was about $1,500 for the hotel room for the week. Only once or twice did they ever split the bill with me for the past 5 years. You gotta be serious. What the fuck? It is so bullshit. Why? What, bro? Another important aspect of our relationship is that I am severely depressed and struggle with suicidal thoughts. I would often vent on my overcome parties. Sorry about that. Another important aspect of our relationship is that I am severely depressed and struggle with suicide thoughts. I would often vent on my old account about these thoughts. Shayy usually never reached out to me regarding these incidents privately and rarely commented on these posts. I do not know if they just did not see them or actively avoiding addressing them. You may ask why I didn't vent to Shayy directly, but as part of my depression, I struggle with reaching out to people one-on-one about these issues. Not wanting to feel like a burden, the lack of care shown did not help. During GDQs, what is a GDQ? We would also rarely see each other except when we step. We'd occasionally hang out or have music together, but it wasn't common. Something noteworthy is that while we were hanging out alone, they would often suddenly go, "I'm going to hang out with X, see you later," without inviting me. I understand if I didn't know the person, but this was usually with mutual friend groups, who would ask an hour later if I can join them. There were times I go to sleep, not knowing. Huh? 5. Ah. Huh? What? Oh. Okay. Would I have to? Who would ask an hour later if I can join them. There were times I go to sleep not knowing where they were or who they were with. As far as our living situation went, issues arose almost immediately. I quickly became the person to do everything around the house. Laundry, grocery shopping, taking care of the garbage, dishwashing, and general cleaning. Oh my god. The only thing they did themselves was vacuuming, which was only once during the entire 2.5 months I was there. What the fuck? During the times we ate together, we usually did not talk. They were too busy on the phone. I chalked it up to being an extremely busy person. But considering how often they were interacting sexually with people, the chances are they were doing that instead. I should note that they seem to have a severe social media addiction. They were constantly on their phone or computer. This guy's brain is rotten, man. I remember a few instances of them asking about eating, and then they just stay glued to their phone for 2 hours. I remind them a few times about getting food just to get a, yeah, 1 second, and another half hour scrolling. After you ate, they generally went to the office even if they were not streaming that day until 2 a.m. They would come to bed and generally immediately get on their laptops and continue scrolling before going to sleep. It's very weird that we actually interacted with each other throughout the day. Oh my lord. Another minor thing I want to note is that they left the trash laying around. There would be up to 10 empty cans of soda sitting on the counter along with boxes of empty soda containers. I cleaned it up myself since it bothered me. Bro. They would also tend to leave glasses and silverware sitting around despite us having a dishwasher. The glasses would be covering the counter and sink. When I would go away and come back after a few days, there was usually silverware with crusted food sitting in the sink. I had to be the one to put it in the dishwasher. Despite never actually using one before, I urgently cleaned them by hand before learning how to use it. Huh? Jesus Christ. The last thing I wanted to mention is related to financial decisions. I have a 2011 Sentra and they had a 3-year-old Camaro. I don't know what the fuck are these? I need contacts. Is that a car? Cargo? Car? This? And the fuck camera. Damn, I guess. Yeah, Geo Camaro. I guess those are cars. I don't know. Despite this, they traded in the Camaro and then spent 100,000 on a Corvette. Oh, I was right. The cars. Okay. I actually got into an accident and busted the front of my car. They stated that they wanted to wait on getting me a new car since they just bought their Corvette. Ooh. Traded the Camaro and spent 100,000 on a Corvette. Fucking stupid moron. Bro. Bro. What the fuck? For real. On top of this, it appears that they were regularly helping our friends out financially, such as flying them to GDQ. I'm so why I don't know this place, bro. Oh my god. Helping with groceries, etc. No, just search it out and I just looked up the cars. Oh, what? This shit? Bro. 5 minutes, okay. Oh, shit, oh no. Oh no. Oh. Well, I'm glad they did it. It's notable that they usually do not offer to help me in any way with my finances, especially in the case of the car, which had obvious damage and was potentially a danger to drive. It shows a consistent pattern of behavior that routinely disrespects and invalidates me. I thought some of this behavior as enduring through rose-tinted glass, but putting all this together and hearing about the experiences of my friends, I can no longer turn a blind eye to the fact that they did not seem to care about me in the same way that I did them. Jesus. I want to note that I do not blame any of my friends for participating in what was essentially them cheating on me. They had no idea I didn't know what was going on, assuming or being reassured that I knew and approved of it. I'll admit, because of this and the previous breakup, I had a strong fear that they would leave me. I loved them dearly and did not know what I would do if they left me. I lived with them. After all, I lived with them after all. I assume a lot of it was based on me being insecure rather than problems they were causing, and to force myself to accept these aspects and behaviors from them. That is why I did not say anything or stand up for myself, although I really should have. Yeah. Damn. This is very complicated for me. As I'm writing this, I'm still not sure the situation as fully set in for me. Someone I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with is suddenly revealed to be doing terrible things to the people I love. I do hope Shayy is able to take a step back from everything and prove their behaviors and how they view the people around them. A part of me still loves them, but however, there are clear patterns of behavior that are unacceptable with how they treat people. I hope they can get better, but I hope that they do it away from me and my friends for everyone's safety. Oh my. Oh shit, my fucking headset. Oh my lord, what the fuck is this shit? Oh. God. What the hell? I don't know if I have enough time for this. I'll check later.